You can hear my accent. I'm from Canada, the French part. And I know four language. I know French, English, Spanish now, and Creole. And yeah, so and what inspired me to become a digital nomad? Since I'm a teenager, like that was my dream. My um, geography teacher, she was talking, I was seeing the map of the world, and I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. And I went to see her. I think I was 13. I went to see her, and I was like, hey, I want to know how to do that, how to be a digital nomad. And she was like, well, they have some people who can who what they're doing, they're just like traveling around the world. They find a job in the country, and they just they work, they raise money, and after they buy another ticket, and they travel like that, and they go country to country, country to country. And I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. That was so, it seemed so amazing, so beautiful, and I was so excited. So yeah, it was always in my mind. I worked for, well, I didn't work, I volunteered for some organization. I was always in the library looking for magazine and book about travel. Oh my god, I was dreaming about it. And yeah, and I did my first backpack, and it was amazing. And I wanted to do to 6 months, and I was like doing that dream. I think I was like 24, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to that country, and after I will work, I found a job. It was in Mexico. I found a job in a restaurant, but the salary was so low, I wouldn't be able to like do my dream. And I was like, oh, I need to go back home, find a way to create money and be able to work. So yeah, so I hire a business coach, and I'm like, first I need to set up my finance, and we work on my finance. And after I create my business, like it's been 10 years now, it's been a moment, and it's still running. I have employee and everything, so it's amazing. And everything I create around that business was to travel. Like getting a team was for that. Stopping to work with the office of the client was because I wanted to travel. So yeah, it's amazing adventure. So, and when the pandemic arrived, like came, it was not the issue. You know, we had a team uh, who were around the world. We had some people in Morocco. I had someone in the Republic Dominican. So it was not a shock, you know. It was a shock because of the situation, but it was not a shock for the business because we were used to it, and we were already all set up. So yeah, so I'm so happy. I'm living my dream life. It was there forever. So yeah, that's my geographic teacher who inspired me. But I was already inspired. I was already looking to travel, but she put the seed that it was possible. And at that time, uh, it was 20 years ago. So when I was 13, 14, internet was just happening. Um, Computer was not there. We like it was one computer per family, and not everyone had a computer. So digital nomad, it was really backpack and everything. So we did that concept didn't exist. So yeah, so yeah, so that's how I start. um the next question I want to answer is like, for the people who want to start, what is the first step they should take? I think the first step someone should take is first find an idea and what you can do. And that an exercise I did when I had that desire when I came back. It was to, so what I did, I write a list of 100 ideas. 100, guys. You don't need to do 100, but I did it. And it was really good because it's not only about writing those ideas, but you like, okay, I'm 10 and I don't have idea anymore. So all right, 10, 20, 50. At 50 I was like, I don't have other idea like how I'll do that. 100, and I finally did it. And after I was like, oh, that's all the way I could do, I could make money. um I don't know if you hear that. It's a chachalaka. It's like a chicken, but not a real chicken, but it's like the family of a chicken. Anyway, so so yeah, you do the 100. I did the 100, and yeah, it opened my mind of all the idea you could make money with. Well, how there you can make money, and after I choose the my favorite one, the 10 that I love the most, and after what I did, I chose the one that I could make money tomorrow. And what was it? It was administration. So that's how I started my business. We were virtual assistant company because I chose that because I was really good, and I'm still like, that's why I structure my business and we have a team. I'm really good with administration, structure business, follow up, calendar, everything, like to put your business grounded. So yeah, we start like that. I create that business, and yeah, it was amazing. I learned a lot. I built a team that I still have. And after we started to offer digital marketing, and people were looking for digital marketing, and I was like, I won't do it. I don't do the translation. I don't do the administration. I'm hiring people to do it. So let's do it for marketing. And also, I really love. I'm someone in my value. I honor people and I honor the work of people. And I was like, I I won't. I will put the right rate. So I work with a digital marketing company that now it's my business partner. We merged after a year working together. It went so well. We merged our company. And yeah, and recently, like a year ago, we decided to stop the administration and really focus on the marketing, the consultation. So yeah, that's the story. So for those who want to start, you never know where you can do with one idea. Um, and yeah, also now I do business coaching and I do consultation too through Business Nomad, because it's something that I really love to share. I'm really excited. It's my like that's the thing I love the most, like support business in their process, in their structure, create team. That's what I did in the past. That's what I'm still doing. So yeah. So you should start by find your idea. The second thing you should start to do is find clients. It's find clients. And you don't know where to start. Start by looking for networking event in your area. And what I will tell you to do, it's also like, um, first be clear about your service, be clear about what you want to do. But when you go talk to someone, find a group of person, three people, because when you have a group of three, one of them is there but not completely in the group. So when you go to that group, the group will separate by two. So it will be two, and you will start to talk to that person. You will see it's magical. And you don't talk about what you're doing. First, you ask the person like, "Oh, what do you do outside the job? Like, what is your passion?" And they will talk about it. And after a moment, you will see it's like, oh, but what you doing? The person will ask you directly, what you doing for a living? What is your service? And poof, you start to talk about your business. So yeah, it will be easy. And also, like, just be easy with you. Just have a goal to meet 2 3 person. After, if you tired, you can just go, but set up a goal. Don't need, if you have that personality, go talk to 10 15%, but just your goal, for example, to talk to 2 or 3 people per per networking event and per week. That's you meet 2 3 people, it's perfect. Don't stress about more. And the third thing I will say is go see if you're good at about traveling and work. Now we do a lot of remotely work, so it's more easier, and you already have the experience, and everyone saw how it was challenging, right? So now, guys, what I will say is like go to another city, go for a weekend, and just work to see if you can work on your project without, like, in a silence place without people around you, and you're like, okay, I'm going for a weekend to that place, let me travel and at this time work on my project, and you will see if you have that discipline. I think it's really important because you have to build a discipline to have a business, because no one will be there around you, no one will tell you what to do, no one will tell you, like, you won't have a manager, you won't have a you you are the manager, so you have to figure out what to do in your project. That's really, really important. Let's see another question. What are the essential skill a digital nomad should have? Well, I talk about discipline, creativity. Creativity, because you know I had a perception that creativity was like was only like art, but creativity, it's like finding solution out of the box. So when you're stuck in something, you don't know what to do, just be creative, like, not be creative, but just like find solution. That's being creative. And so yeah, discipline, creativity. Also, I will say being able to get out of your comfort zone for networking event, to do live on social media, to be on social media, because when you travel, you will have to find a way to connect with your clients, like on LinkedIn, on Instagram, contact people, and also find networking event or meetup, and also be willing when you go back to your own town, meet people that and also do a lot of meeting, and being willing to stretch. That's really important because it's really hard to change yourself, but you have to be aware that you can change yourself. um, you can change yourself. It take time, no, not necessarily time, but you have a will. You need to be willing to change. Oh, no, no. Can you share a personal challenge you face as a digital nomad and how you overcame it? No one talked about it. Well, I never heard about it until I really stay for a long time in a place, and it's about homesick, because you can have it for 2 2 3 weeks. Like some people, when you travel for 2 weeks, you're like, oh, I miss home. But when you're staying for a long time, I realize, like, it's like being kind of like the yeah, it's like it can be hard, and like you have to be willing to be with that sadness, and you have to be willing to be with that it's not the same. And you have phase. The first phase when you come, it's like being amazed by everything, being amazed by the culture. and after you have a phase of like sadness, and after you have a phase of like nothing, it's like you remember and you comparing, and the cultural shock, and after the phase of acceptance but not really, and after the phase of grief, because if you go back to your own or your own town, you feel like it's not the same, some disconnection depending on how long you've been far. So it's like you are like some stuff that you didn't realize, you know. And also it will depend of like how you will travel, like will you travel for how will you be a digital nomad for 3 months, for 6 months? I have some friends who travel like around the world. Some people it's six. Some people they're just like living town to town, and they have friends in different town. And sometimes they're like, I'm living in this town for 2 months. You know, I have a friend who's like that. I have some friend who's staying to a city for a long time. Some people, so you know, so it's so different. Some people thought that they will stay in a town for 2 months, and now they're here for it's been 10 years. And they travel but differently, you know. So I think that that was the most, not difficult, yeah, I think the most difficult, that because I was not aware of it, and it was a challenge because you dealing with that by yourself, you know. You can talk about people about it, um but yeah. You have to live it. Let me check another question. How important is building a network while being a digital nomad, and how can one go about it? I talked about it really earlier. It's really, 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 really important, because also start to build it like when you start, when you're at your own town, start to be so comfortable about it. You know, it's so so important to be so good at sales, because if you go to a country, you travel, and but you can't find client, and you in that country and it's hard, it won't be fun. It won't be fun. So, and also like when you have a network, what is cool, it's like people will talk about you, and they will share what you're doing, and some people will call you randomly and you don't know them, you know. And you know, I remember like I got a client, and I met her when I started, like no, maybe not when I started, but maybe 7 years ago. And it's when she called me, it seemed like it was yesterday, because we were keep in touch. I knew what she was doing. I was following her stuff. She knew what I was doing. So when we talk, it seemed like we never lost contact. And she trusts me because she was seeing me. She was see my evolution, what I was doing. And LinkedIn, it's so powerful. Um, I know like people are more comfortable with Facebook, Instagram, but as a digital nomad, it's so important um, to to be comfortable to use LinkedIn and utilize it, because it's a powerful tool, and because you will be only online. It's one way to create network, one way for people to remember you, um, and one way to build a feeling that people will remember you. You know, like in 7 years, and she called me, like really. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Let me see. Let me see. Some tools that digital nomads should have. A VPN, a VPN, because you will go to cafe, you will go to place that you don't know. You will use internet, like share internet. So a VPN is good. But the other thing that would do a VPN, it's when you outside of your country, sometimes the government will block some website, So when you are on a VPN, you can choose the your computer. I don't know how it works, but your computer will put it like you are in United States or in you Canada or in Canada. You can put a specific states too. So it will allow you to open some website that in another country you won't be able. Um, and like different tools you can use. I talk about LinkedIn, about like Canva for your social media, for document you want to create, Drive to share document or to be really good tool for collaboration. Slack if you have a team or if you want to create a team, Google Meet, Zoom, Dropbox, Drive for document. I have a ebook with like a lot of tool you can check. Like it's so many tool for um, for working remotely. Um, and also you will find tool has a digital nomad. Like the nomad list that you can look at that website and you will be able to find the stat, like how a country is and how it is and how it's friendly for women, for LGBTQ community, for black people, white people, for like is it what is the temperature? It's really amazing and really well done, and I really love it. So that's some tool you can use. um, and the ebook is really like good. And also in that ebook, if you don't know where to start, you can check it. Will have really good advice. How do you balance work and travel while maintaining productivity? Oh, that's a good question. I will say like to be really having a clear schedule before you left. First, you put in your agenda right away when you buy your ticket, um, the date where you will leave, and right away you will put the moment you will have day off and the moment that you will work, the moment you will have activity, because that way when you will look at your agenda, if someone is want to book something with you, you will already see, oh, that's a day off, I'm landing to that day, so I won't be able to have call. Oh, for me example, I love to have 2 day off when I arrive to a place, because I need to check the internet, I need to check that I'm in a stable place, I need to check like if I'm comfortable, do I need to go to a co-working space, do I have noise around me, so that, and also like if it's jet lag or just me, it's when I go to the like a plan, like I need a time to readjust, so sometimes it's good, sometimes I need time, so that way I adjust. And also sometimes it's just time to explore, without feeling rushed to work. You took that time. And also after, like depending if it's for 2 weeks or few weeks or 2 3 months, you like adjusting your schedule. Do you want to like take a day off, the Monday or Friday? Are you going to explore in afternoon or morning? And when I went to Europe, I was exploring in the morning, and in the afternoon I was working because of time zone. uh, so yeah, I traveled recently to a city, and it was more, uh, I was working during the day and exploring in the evening. Friday, I was taking off and exploring during the weekend. And yeah, and I was exploring also like with going to cafe and restaurant, taking break. So that's how I did it. But for me, it's really magical to take 2 day off when I arrive, and a day off when I leave, and or an afternoon, just to take the time to like be sure that everything is okay. I'm so used now to pack and everything. Like I have my stuff on point, but I prefer like it's just for the stress and not the pressure, and just like taking the time to say goodbye to the place I am, and having the space to do it and the choice. Mm. Okay, the last question I will answer for today, live. What advice do you have for someone who is hesitant to take the leap into the digital nomad lifestyle? Um, I will say to test it first. Test it to see if you like it. Um, like I said, for a week, for 2 weeks, you don't have to like cut everything and do it. And after you realize that it's not a lifestyle for you, it's a lifestyle. You have to be comfortable with it. It's not because people show you like, you can see my view. Yeah, it look good. Yeah, it's amazing. But is it the lifestyle you want? Like, so yeah, test it first. Um, and also like it's really an amazing too. Like if it's for you, for me it's like it's so for me. I'm so happy I did, and it fulfilled my heart. It fulfilled my dream, and I'm so grateful. And also like it's in my character, like being challenged and figure it out thing and find solution and helping clients and support them in their business. It's like I'm so grateful and so thrilled to do that and being all this year in that adventure of digital nomad, but also being a business consultant. I'm so honored and so happy. And also, like, I had my first business when I was like 21. And I tried so many stuff. So I had like a lot of experience, a lot of different experience. And I'm so grateful that I have that business also for 10 years, a digital marketing business. And it was like a beautiful adventure. It is still. And the evolution, like create a company, merge a company, create a team, having a team, uh, see the client, involving to see some client coming back because they're so happy about the work. It's like a lot of reward, a lot of up and down, of course. Like it's not a perfect journey. It's not easy, but you have to really build your mindset and your resilience. And for me, it's not a magic formula. It's like any kind of project you have to work hard and have consistency. But for me, it's so worth it living. So I'm so happy I was there with you for the live.